Hello everyone, Deni Sunderly here from Disney's Old Key West Resort. And what am I doing here? That's a very good question. I am not just on my Walt Disney World vacation, although wouldn't that be lovely? I enjoy this resort. No, we are here for a new collab that Saturday Snacks and the Diz are doing with DVC Fan. Super excited. I'm here, Corey Fiascanaro is behind the camera, and we are just here baking this afternoon. We're getting some Saturday Snacks recipes done and wanted to bring the idea of what would we do if we had to do Saturday Snacks in a DVC kitchen. Actually, this was the brainchild of one Pete Werner, and Fiasco and I are up to the challenge. We can do it. But before I get too much further, just a reminder that we are sponsored, like all videos here on the Diz, we are sponsored by Dreams Unlimited Travel. Let the experts at Dreams Unlimited Travel help you plan your next Disney vacation. You can visit them today on the web at dreamsunlimitedtravel.com, and you can request a free, no obligation quote. But not only are we sponsored by Dreams, because we're in collaboration with DVC Fan, we are also sponsored by World of DVC. World of DVC can help you with a little bit of everything Disney Vacation Club, from resale contracts to renting your DVC points to financing DVC and Disney Vacation Club purchases. They can help you out with that. So definitely visit them on worldofdvc.com. So, if you know anything about Saturday Snacks, let me bring you up to speed. If you don't know anything about Saturday Snacks, Saturday Snacks is an article series that I write. I do one every Saturday. Makes sense, right? A new article comes out with me making a Disney snack, a Walt Disney World or Disneyland treat. Sometimes we do side dishes and call them snacks because they can be. It started out as me reviewing Walt Disney World snacks. That happened, it started in February of 2020. The parks ended up only being open for an additional 3 weeks. And then I was left with a new article series and no snacks to review. And so I started making my own. While the parks were closed, while we were all in isolation at home, we brought a little bit of Disney magic into our own kitchens. So with Pete's idea, we are bringing a little bit of Walt Disney World snack magic into the Disney Vacation Club kitchens. Now, friends, I must tell you, Fiasco has had to hear me moan and groan about putting this recipe together in a kitchen that isn't my own kitchen. If you've ever baked in someone else's kitchen or you've cooked in someone else's kitchen, you know that that person may not have all the familiar things that you in your own kitchen have. Everything that we are using, with the exception of 2 small things, which I will explain, is found here in the Disney Vacation Club kitchen. The mixing bowl, when a recipe calls for a large one, you may not have a large one. You may have one that's more on the medium size. A wooden spoon, you're not gonna have that either, but you'll have a plastic spoon and you can make the best of it. The 2 things that I did bring from my kitchen, and I'm really glad that I did because it's brought me a little bit of comfort in making this first recipe. I brought my measuring cups, so I have a set of measuring cups. I brought those with me, and I brought my measuring spoons. There is a set of measuring spoons here, but these are mine. And if I was traveling here from Maryland, I could toss these 2 items into my suitcase without taking up a whole lot of room, and it would just be a little piece of home. So you do you. I did what I needed to do in this moment. I was really glad for it. So today, that was a lot of exposition, forgive me. But today we are baking Napa Rose's Wine Country Wild Berry Cobbler. If you don't know what Napa Rose is, it is this gorgeous, and mind you, I've not eaten there, gorgeous restaurant. I have just looked in through the windows. longingly slobbering on the glass. It looks amazing. It's at Disneyland's Disney California, Grand Californian Hotel. It is a table service restaurant. It is the creme de la creme and has an amazing, amazing reputation. Now, the Wine Country Wild Berry Cobbler is not currently on the menu at Napa Rose. This is a classic recipe, and we're finding it today in Chef Mickey, Treasures from the Vault, and Delicious New Favorites by Pam Brandon and the Disney chefs. This is a recipe, obviously, I've not made before. That is the case with just about every single Saturday snack article that I do. I'm making them for the first time at the same time as you. So if you haven't read Saturday Snacks, I'd love to have you join in on the fun every Saturday morning at wdwinfo.com. But Fiasco, would you like to talk through the steps that we had?
Most definitely, let's do it.
Okay, so number one is just getting familiar with your kitchen. Again, not everything is going to be here that you may need, but there'll be something that you can make work. Number one, we've got to get a few things in order, and I always say the best thing to do is to go ahead and go through the recipe and prepare things ahead of time, which is called in culinary terms mise en place. Everything in its place, setting everything up. And so we need to zest an orange. We need to zest and juice one lime. We've got to take a half a cup of cold butter, that's 1 stick, and chop it up into small pieces. Do all those things. You could even measure out your flour and your sugar ahead of time, and it just makes everything so much easier. Do I do that? No. I really don't. And I admit that to my readers of Saturday Snacks. They know I just jump into a recipe usually and I go, oh, we gotta do this. So Fiasco has been standing near where Fiasco is standing now, and I've just kind of gone back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. If you don't want to go back and forth and back and forth, go ahead and just graciously give yourself time to go through the recipe. So included in this recipe, our first step is putting 6 tablespoons of sugar and 2 tablespoons of flour into a bowl and mixing that up. You will notice, as with a lot of Saturday Snacks recipes, Walt Disney World recipes, there's a theme in this recipe, and that is sugar. There is a good amount of sugar going on in this recipe. And Fiasco and I are not complaining one bit. We're okay with that. So you also want to get 2 cups of raspberries washed and in a bowl, 2 cups of blueberries washed in a bowl, and 1 cup of blackberries washed and in a bowl. To that bowl of berries, to the bowl of sugar and flour, you want to add all those berries, plus you want to put that 1 teaspoon of finely grated zest of lemon, and we got just short of that teaspoon from lime, not lemon, lime. We got just short of the teaspoon from our lime. You got to do the best you can. If you got a lime that isn't giving a whole lot of zest, you go with what you've got. We tossed that in, and then we put in a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and then a tablespoon from that lime of fresh lime juice, and it smells so good in here. Like Fiasco, you were the first person to mention the smell of that lime.
The lime smells so good, and then when you did the orange, it smelled like Soren.
That's right. You said it smelled like. So we've got Walt Disney World attractions and recipes going on.
There you go.
It's perfect. So when you have all of those ingredients tossed together, you want to put them in a 9-inch pie plate. If you had a 9-inch pie plate, which this kitchen does not have a 9-inch pie plate. It has a 1/4 or 2-quart Pyrex dish. It's got your basic Pyrex bowl. So you'll see this little baby's ready to go in the oven as soon as our oven has preheated. There's all the berries in the bottom of that. This is oven safe. And so when we didn't have a pie plate, you have to back up and punt. And this is the closest thing that we've got to a pie plate. It's a little thicker. It's not as wide on the base as a pie plate would be, but hopefully it'll get baked through enough. We then needed to prepare the biscuit topping and put in 2 1/4 cups of flour into a separate bowl. We added in a 1/2 cup of granulated sugar, 2 1/4 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of finely grated orange zest, aka Soren smell. And then you mix all of that up in a separate bowl, and then you work in scissors style that cubed up cold butter. Now, if you had a pastry cutter, you could use that. It almost looks like a potato masher. You just need to work in the butter into the flour and the sugar, and ultimately what you want it to look like is kind of like fine breadcrumbs. Using scissors style, you cut back and forth with 2 butter knives or whatever knives you have on hand. Side note, there are no steak knives in a DVC kitchen, so bear that in mind. If you want to eat a steak, you might be cutting it with a butter knife. But you just kind of cut that butter into the dry ingredients as best you can, and you call it done, because then you want to add in 3/4 cup of buttermilk, 1 egg, a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and you mix all of that together, and you have a dough by the time everything is said and done. Full transparency, I did use a fork because that butter was having a really hard time getting incorporated in all the dry ingredients. So a little elbow grease, a fork, or whatever you got to do, get that pastry, that biscuit all together, and then you drop about, it says 12 even mounds on top of the berry mixture. Ours, again, it's a little smaller than the 9-inch pie plate, so we did the best we could. We got all that biscuit on top though, because no biscuits left behind. No dough left behind in this thing. And then you want to sprinkle on 2 additional, as if you didn't have enough sugar, you're going to put 2 additional tablespoons of granulated sugar on top. And that's where we are, friends. It is ready to go. You can see all that granulated sugar. You can even see the orange zest peeking out of that biscuit dough. Friends, this is going to be so good. We are channeling some Napa Rose Disneyland snack magic, and we have vanilla ice cream to go with it, because you have to have vanilla ice cream with fruit cobbler, right?
Correct. 100%.
I'm so glad we're on the same page, Fiasco. That's a good thing. We're going to pop this into a 400-degree oven for 40 to 45 minutes, and hopefully it will come out hot and bubbling and ready to gobble up. We'll check back in with you. Okay, so Fiasco and I are here on the lovely covered patio from our DVC unit. So pretty nice that we have this option. It's a light rain.
It is a light rain, but this smells and looks so good.
Friends, sometimes they turn out so nicely through no fault of my own. It is the Disney chefs who come up with this amazing deliciousness. And we are just, as they knock over the microphone, we're going to dig in. So, of course, the recipe suggests serving it with ice cream. I got a container of Breyer's Natural Vanilla, because if you're going to do vanilla ice cream, you do Breyer's Natural Vanilla.
I agree with you, because those specs add something. I don't know what it adds, but it adds something.
The commercials always told us it was the best vanilla ice cream, and so I believe it.
Yep.
Hook, line, and sinker. The cobbler took a total of 45 minutes, so the recipe said between 40 and 45 minutes in a 400-degree oven. It also states that if it starts to get too brown, you can cover over the top with aluminum foil. Make sure you put a piece of foil underneath, because it will splurt, and ours did splurt. I'm going to try to scrape that off the bottom of the oven before we get out of here, but we need to dig in.
Yes, we do.
Enough talking. We have got this granulated sugar on top of the cobbler.
So
I mean, it's just sitting there, just looking magnificent. And let me have your plate here,
yes.
Fiasco. Some of the biscuit went down into the side. Of course, we didn't have a shallow pie plate to kind of keep it all together. And so it just kind of slid there.
Thank you
We
so
might
much.
need an extra spoon. We need an extra spoon.
I am getting one.
For that ice cream. In the meantime, let me show you Fiasco's plate. So this is what we've got going on here. We've got, see those berries? Look at the steam rising. It's we're just living our best lives here. So the steam is rising. We've got fresh berries in there. Could you do it with frozen berries? I suppose you could. And there's no shame in frozen berries. The vanilla bean flecks. There they go. No shame in frozen berries. But definitely, you can use, I would just use fresh berries because that's what Napa Rose does. And as Napa Rose does, so we do. So as I dig in here, I see that some of the, because it was thicker than normal, careful, it's hot. Don't burn your mouth. Forgive me, you are a grown-up. You go right ahead. Fiasco, you just go right ahead. So we could have given the biscuit a little bit more time, like a couple of them, because they got, or just use a little bit less. We've got a little bit of runny dough there. Not that that's going to stop me. I'm not eat it anyhow. And I'm going to enjoy it. What do you think?
This is incredible.
Yay!
And I love the mixture with the vanilla ice cream and the warm fruit. Oh my goodness.
A mess. I'm making such a mess. So yes, the warm fruit. Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm making such a mess. My goodness. Here we go. Here we go, friends.
I feel bad for the rest of the team right now.
Oh, we wish everyone were here.
Compliments to the chef.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate it. Here we go. Mmm. Holy cow. Okay. I might have to take a few pictures for the article before I get too much further, but so that biscuit, really light, really nice. It's got a nice little crust on top of it. That sugar, it got brown on the top, so it's nice and toasty. All of the ingredients used in this recipe are readily found at any grocery store. That was part of the stipulation, like, because you and I are just not bringing we're not bringing a 4-pound bag of flour on vacation with us. Mm-hmm. We're just not.
No.
And so while I brought my canister from home for this, if you were doing this, you know, you would get an Instacart order, you would do a pickup from Walmart or stop by Walmart, something like that, a grocery delivery service. Everything that we used here is just readily accessible. It's something you can absolutely get your hands on with no problem whatsoever. And within, an hour, you've got a freshly made dessert for your family or your friends or yourself.
For yourself. And the villa's just smelling like home. But you're making a home-cooked dessert.
Mm-hmm.
And the aromas fill the room. And it really, DVC, the whole slogan of welcome home, these villas really kind of do feel like a home away from home. Mm-hmm. And this helps. This definitely helps.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I just got some of the orange zest in the biscuit. So the bright citrusy notes come out. Oh, friends, this is a winner. Winner. I want to say
cobbler
chicken
dinner.
I was going to say chicken dinner, but yeah, it's cobbler dinner.
Yeah,
That's exactly right. So, if you decide to make the dish at home, definitely let us know what you think. Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Do you ever cook when you're on vacation, whether you're in a DVC resort or not? Do you cook while you're on vacation? Have you tried some Disney recipes in the past? And if so, what did you think? But our definite shout out goes to the Napa Rose chefs. They know what they're doing. And of course, I know we all know that, whether we've been to the restaurant or not.
Yep.
We know that Napa Rose and the chefs therein know what they're doing. But man, oh man, if chocolate isn't your thing and berries are, this is going to be your dessert. Even if chocolate is your thing.
This is still going to be your dessert.
This is a really, really good one. So let us know your thoughts down in the comment section. We would love to be able to hear from you. And we will be back with more Saturday snacks / DVC fan adventures. We're going to have a lot of fun. We've got a couple more things to make.
I'm excited.
The eating cavalcade will continue. But remember, if for any of your DVC needs, whether you are renting points or you want a new resale contract or you want to finance a contract, check out World of DVC, worldofdvc.com. Check them out, and you are going to find a little bit of everything there for all of your needs. And of course, it would be my great pleasure if you would stop by on Saturday morning and read Saturday Snacks. Some of the recipes go swimmingly, like this one, and some of them not so much. And when they are not so much, it's an adventure to behold, because I'm really open with everyone.
Makes for good content.
It does, but I say it if it doesn't go well. But anyhow, I'd love to have you stop by wdwinfo.com and join in on the fun. Anything else, Fiasco?
If you end up making this, you should tag us on social media so we can see what you did.
Definitely.
That'd be cool.
We would love that. Share your masterpiece, your cobbler masterpiece.
Most certainly.
We're going to continue enjoying this. We hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks so much for stopping by. Take care. Bye.